Jackass and Viva La Bam star at the Blood and Ink, New York, 2024 to talk about his career and expenses in response to fan questions. Okay. Bam Margera interview. I think let's watch this Bam Margera interview then. That's the end of the stream. Let's see what he's saying. This was super recent.
Was this bit where Dave England is on Venice Beach and he's got one of those easels where it says, you know, like, I'll draw your face for $10. This 80-year-old lady goes by. She's like, oh, cool, I have time. I'll let you draw my face. Only for him to reveal 10 minutes later, her all naked with her saggy tits with her pushes and slut. She goes, oh, you need trust. I'm like, MTV will never, ever play this. I'm like, man.
Sorry, I turned it up.
All right, our guest he is a professional skateboarder, stunt performer, and filmmaker whose body of work includes, but absolutely not limited to, the CKY series, Jackass, Haggard, Ming Hags, Viva La Bam, and
Haggard?
much
Should we watch
more.
Haggard on stream?
Today he joins us to discuss this amazing career. Please welcome Bam Margera!
Damn, I wonder if Bam gets mad when they say Jackass, like in this kind
I
of
actually
intro.
just came from the Tampa Am contest, and they had a tattoo guy there, and I tattooed my signature on like 9 butts.
I believe it.
I
Damn.
tattooed a dick on somebody's dick in Bolton, England.
There you go. Well, if they want that service, they can do that at your table after this. So I'm just saying, it's my job to do it for you. So, how you doing, man?
Real good. I just got off a flight from Fort Lauderdale.
Is it copyright to react? No. We are adding commentary.
I'm only 2 hours away. It's weird because I'm in Westchester, but I'm from Westchester.
Look at this monster lunchbox. Wow. Immaculate.
Pennsylvania, so.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the way too. So what I'd like to do is to just throw some stuff out here, and then I'll go out and take some of their questions. Oh, we got more people coming in. Awesome. You've always said that CKI was a reference to Sleepaway Camp. You know, anybody ever seen Sleepaway Camp?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so no, not a spoiler of the end, but I came across that on cable at the last 5 minutes, and boy, was I confused.
Well, what's crazy, CKY stands for Camp Kill Yourself, and Darren Miller really likes horror films, so that's what he based his band off of. And then when I made my own video, which is basically Jackass before Jackass, it was silly stunts with professional skateboarding, and I used my brother's band CKY for all the soundtrack. So is what's strange.
You know what's sad is that Bam talks about CKY and he talks about Jackass. Both of them, it was like bridge burn, bad, messy break, kind of. Like him and the brother, I think, are like extremely beef, and then Jackass is extremely beef. Even skating, like Element, I don't know if it was beef, but like, you know, not together anymore. It's kind of sad.
I guess CKY was playing some kind of gig at a horror thing, but he met the chick from Sleepaway Camp, Felissa Rose, and wound up marrying her. So they're like, yeah.
Dreams do come true.
Yeah. Well, that was his favorite movie. You know, he's the type of dude that would watch a film 30 times and not get bored, so I'm sure he watched that over 100.
Back in the glory of the VHS days.
I love the gold.
Sometimes I want to go back.
Is that a scarf hood?
Now you can
just sick.
Download anything on YouTube in a nanosecond.
Well, it was that journey of discovery. It's like you walk in there and then you'd see something. And it's like, oh, I read about that in Fango. Oh, they don't have this at the other place.
Yeah.
So that was that stuff too. The Ultimate Castle Bam House tour on YouTube is really fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed going with that. I think it was a pretty good encapsulation of just like.
CKY are banned from tour with Alien Ant Farm because Chad punched the Alien Ant Farm singer in the face. Saw them live 2006. Awesome live band. Which instrument is Bam's brother? It's Jesse, right? Jesse Margera? Because I don't know who Chad is. Is that the lead singer?
Everything that's you. How did it come about?
Well, actually, the Dern brothers, it's three pretty much twins, but they're like a year apart. But 2 of them are
Irish
professional skateboarders, and Destin, the older one, films his 2 brothers and edits them. So they got a really good thing going on. But one day, Destin, I walked in and I was getting ready to offer him like 10 grand to start downloading the archive of everything I've ever done, whether it's me being on David Letterman or a skate trick that I did in the 41st episode of 411 Video Magazine. He's like, dude, I already have it all. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I have 13 terabytes. I just slowly over the years been putting all your stuff on a hard drive. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So when he came over to Castle Bam, he's like, all you need to do is just walk around and talk about everything that happened here, and I'll make sure that I splice in, what to put in. And I'm thinking that he's the only, if not perfect person to do this, because I've had editors for MTV with Viva La Bam, and we had a Where the Fuck is Santa movie, and at the end we had a skate jam with Chris Cole doing a switch 360 kickflip over the pyramid at the end. But when I watched the edit, they only showed him like 180 over it and whatever. I'm like, show the switch 360 kickflip. And the editor's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, it's when the board flips horizontally and vertically at the same time. But
one thing that's very positive about Bam is he got all these like mainstream opportunities, but he was very like pushing like represent the real skating, same as Viva La Bam and stuff. They would talk about, let's just use some royalty-free music right here. And he goes, no, fuck you. I don't care what it costs. Get this song. And then they would be like, oh, fine. Bam was kind of good in that regard. And like here, he's saying like, you fucking blowing it. You missed the 360 flip. Maybe it's kind of obvious and whatever. But still, like Bam was always like, he was never like, oh, I want to make MTV happy. He was like, no, fuck you. I'm a skater and I'm famous because of skating. Like, respect the skating. I always thought that was admirable.
He's doing it backward. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just drive to New York. So I drive 3 hours from Pennsylvania all the way to New York. I go into the editing booth. I go, fast forward, stop. That's a switch 360 flip. Goodbye. It was just easier to drive up to New York to show them than trying to explain what that is over the phone.
I see that. I absolutely see that. So, like I said, it's on YouTube. Anybody seen it?
Which one? The Dern, Castle Bam edit. It's really good. He found everything. I didn't even think some of the stuff would be even possible.
It literally
to
has
find,
like millions of views. It's actually sick. I feel like this generation of skate creators, like no video has popped off with like millions and millions and millions of views, like this one has. Like in such a short period of time as well. 5 million 1 month ago. That's literally so sick. I haven't watched this. Maybe react at some point. Not today though, but I don't know. Or just watch in own time, live life.
VHS. Old tapes, stuff like that. So, you really had an amazing journey. What, you ever like just had a moment where you just thought it's like, either now, at any point where you just thought like, how did I get here? How did I get here at this moment?
Yeah, how did I get here at this moment? I have the Guinness Book of World Records of longest Florida shuffle. If you don't know what that means
he always
if you get
talks about that.
5150'd, you have to do 90 days in a treatment center. And if the interventionist knows that you have good insurance, they'll find reasons to keep you there for eternity. So I did 2.5 years at $660,000. I would have to do 90 days. I'd make it 88 days, and I'd be like, I have 2 days left, and I'm getting out. And he'd walk in and be like, you've been rocking those same pants for like 4 days now. I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to get any pussy around here. I don't give a fuck. He's like, that's bad hygiene. You're doing another 90 days at another
That's
place.
actually insane. 4 days?
When I was in the loony
Same
bin,
pants, 4 days?
and they marked me off as schizophrenic, a lot of time went by, and I'm like, of course they think I'm schizophrenic, because when this motherfucker's trying to marry his own sneaker and this dude's barking like a chicken because everybody's nuts, and I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, Billy Idol cut off my purple Lamborghini roof and then I shipped it to Pyongyang, North Korea so Kim Jong-il could look at it. This guy's like, he's schizophrenic, but if you look it up on the interweb, it's fucking true. So, I mean, if you're trying to marry your own sneaker and I'm sitting there saying Billy Idol cut off the roof of my Lamborghini and then Kim Jong-il shipped it to North Korea, sounds pretty fucking nuts, but it's true.
Yeah. One time I built a skate park in my living room, and all the pros are there.
That would too. What, out of everything you've done, what's the one thing that just kind of eclipsed your expectations or your hopes? Something that just like landed.
Such a hard question.
I didn't think it would go over like this.
Well, we film a lot of stuff that simply doesn't work on Jackass or just is too gnarly to make it like For instance, the switcheroo, I thought that would never work out. I'm like, so wait a minute. You want me to wake up Phil in the middle of the night and replace him with Preston and have Preston start feeling up my mom in the dark trying to... I'm like, she's going to see him wake up, but... I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just try it. If we try it and it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it worked out beautifully, and sometimes
beautifully.
It doesn't. Like MTV was looking at some footage of Jackass, and it was this bit where Dave England is on Venice Beach, and he's got one of those easels where it says, like, I'll draw your face for $10. This 80-year-old lady goes by. She's like, oh, cool, I have time.
Nah, the parents were like a good sport, I feel like. They didn't get too bad.
Later, her all naked with her sagging tits with her pussy said slut. She goes, oh, you need church. I'm like, MTV will never, ever play this. I'm like, man.
That is funny, though.
And then another time, Knoxville showed up to a Ace Hardware store in a full LA County jail orange outfit with handcuffs on, and he goes in to the hardware store and starts sawing off the handcuffs. So they call the police. Of course they're gone. Yeah. Somebody escaped from jail. Well, the police car lady was a rookie, and she tried jamming the car and parked to go get him, but she left the car in drive, which drove over the curb and into a pole. And because it was such a disaster, they're like, yeah, you will never be able to show this, because it just makes the LA.
I heard that story before. I think Johnny Knoxville told it before. Or maybe Jeff Tremaine.
But yeah, some bits, you could get arrested for that.
Yeah.
Like you go in with you could get shot.
Nobody was doing what you guys had done. Yeah. Like you can make it out. You can make an argument. Okay, like Alan Funt and Candid Camera, but it was always kind of cutesy stuff and everything else. But you guys really knocked down a wall and created a whole new frontier in comedy.
Yeah, and another thing, like we filmed with Brad Pitt one.
Bam's doing this and Rick is yelling at J Films for having a hog feather. But if Bam goes to jail, whatever, he's been to jail a million times, he goes to he proudly states how he went to 51-53 times back to back to back. I don't know, I think it's a little different.
Time, and Jennifer Aniston still hates us to this day, which I don't blame her, but here's our idea. We go to fucking Pink's Hot Dogs on Melrose, which always has a line. It could be 3 a.m, there's a fucking line out the door. So we're gonna have Brad Pitt wait in the line by himself, so everybody's just sitting there recognizing him, and we're gonna pull up in a van with fucking fake crowbars and beat the shit out of them and throw them in the back of the van and peel out. Now, I'm not thinking, nobody thought, there could have been a hometown hero with a knife to try to save the day. There could have been an off-duty police officer to fucking pull a bullet in my head. Yeah. But Jennifer Aniston, like, you did what? You fucking got fake beat up, and there could have been... So I think, Spike Jones and everybody tried to apologize to her, but she, even to this day, they're not even together. She's like, fuck you guys.
Man, like I said, you guys were fearless. You were inventive. And I think that was the combo.
Yeah.
You guys had this almost, it's very rare to say this in comedy, but you guys were cunning.
Yeah.
And that's why I think why it landed so well.
Well, I mean... being a professional skateboarder at the age of 16,
yeah, it was sick
you're
that they
constantly jumping down 20 stairs all day, sometimes for 3 hours at a time, just boom, slam, boom, slam.
See, like, this is how you talk to non-skaters versus skaters. Because, like, as far as I recall, Bam has never ollied a 20 stair, neither have I. And I've skated my whole life, and then we say, yeah, we're jumping down 20 stairs all day. But it's like the sentiment of what he's explaining lands for a non-skater. But still, I feel like you probably shouldn't say 20 stairs.
So I've learned how to fall just say stairs. Really good. And, anybody, who doesn't do that all day would be like, man, I'm not going to want to fall off that chandelier right there. I could break my ankle. Well, I know exactly how to fall and make it look funny. So, that's why, I would always want to one-up things.
No, absolutely. What's next? What's on the horizon? Anything you share with us?
Right now, I
wonder what this was.
I'm just grateful for this one.
You think
here.
There's an audience?
Danny, now Margera, but we met in we met at Sunset
and
Marquee in Los Angeles. I was at my wit's end. I checked in there to check out. I bought enough drugs to not want to wake up. I was dealing with so many fucking lawsuits, custody battle bullshit, and I was like, God, if I wake up tomorrow, fuck you. But if I do, I want you to deliver me the hottest eye candy with 8-cup tits and a tan fucking pit bull. So I wake up the next day, I'm like, fuck, I'm alive. Go out to the pool, order a Bloody Mary, and I overhear her talking. Listen, bitch, I'm Sicilian Irish. I'm 43. I'm born in Jersey. I'm like, born in Jersey? Sicilian Irish? I'm born in Philly. That's right over there. Who are you? She's like, I'm a supermodel on Stretch Coach. I'm like, Stretch Coach? The doctor told me in 2013 my legs were like dry rotted rubber bands from alcohol abuse and good luck trying to skateboard, which made me want to drink even more. And she's like, don't.
He's literally like the headliner.
So she stretched me
Who are
every
all
day
these other
for an
people?
hour a day, and my legs are fucking 100% again. I'm skating my ass off. And that's all I want to do. I like doing, signings and things like that because I get to travel and check out new skate spots.
I don't know
but,
any
there was a lot of times where
Bam is the number one
now
slot
I love
right
what
here.
I don't do anything that I don't want to do, which
$60 photo autograph, $80 premium autograph, skate decks, large price of props, $40 selfie, basic auto combo. Damn, $40 selfie. Oh my, this guy's got higher than Bam, $50 selfie. What? $40 selfie is too much. I mean, I know Comic-Con type vibe is a little bit different vibe than if you meet a celebrity, but $40, oh my god. That's how you know the artist fell off.
But when I would go to a Comic-Con signing or any kind of signing, a lot of people would be like, so what have you been up to? And I would feel like I'm not up to anything if we're working on a new Jackass movie. No, fuck Jackass. I'm doing this. Why? Because I like meeting fans and I like signing shit and I like traveling. So, but it sounds... When you don't have any movie lined up and they say, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm doing this. And I'm going to be doing this in Arkansas next weekend and fucking Oklahoma the next one and the next and the next and the next. I enjoy it.
Right on.
Next time someone asks for a photo, should I take the photo and be like, yeah, that'll be $2. That'll be $5. Like, obviously not take the money, but just just see what they say. They go, oh, sorry, I don't pay them. Like, oh yeah, you gotta delete that. You got to delete that from the recently deleted. Imagine if that happens. Hey, can I take a photo? Yeah, sure. They take it. Yeah, that'll be $10. That would be insane.
Thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. I'm going to jump out the audience and take some of their questions. Here, you get one.
Subscribe to my Twitch tier 3.
Anyone?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. No. Actually, she was here first. Did you have one? No. All right. Well, how about? No, all right. So they were here for
the rest is just questions.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and do a line down the center here. It says, "Whoever goes first will give 2 pieces of candy." How's that? I'll bribe you. All right. All right. Who's gonna come out there? All right. One of the good guys. What's that?
Hey, babe.
No. Sorry.
How disappointing.
It's our last. All right. Hey, what's your name?
Josh.
What you got, Josh?
Can you take a photo
So-
in the back?
Oh wait. So question,
That'll be $40, man.
going on to set for Jackass and everything, what do you do to mentally prepare yourself for all the scenes you're about to do? Do you have a small ritual in your mind that you do every time, or how do you go about it being prepared for whatever you're about to go face?
Well, it's strange because in the beginning, alcohol and drugs were kind of they didn't care. They're like, hell yeah.
That's how the
it
Vegas
takes you
photos
doing
work,
a shot
yeah.
of roll to get in that wheelbarrow and go off
But
that
I mean,
roof
that's
into the
a little
poker bush,
different.
and so be it. And I got high-fived in Jackass 2 for having brass knuckles at the airport. I got a felony charge and I was drunk as hell and I'm all over the press and they're like, high five for good press, you're all over. Now I was for Jackass 4, they considered me a liability because I got a ticket being drunk out in front of a hotel. I'm like,
yeah, I do have sympathy for Bam, because when you become popular doing controversial, boundary pushing, edgy stuff, and everyone around you says, do something crazy, yeah, rock on, man, oh, who cares, it's all good. And like what he said, he got a high five for getting a felony charge. Good press. And now it changes so quick, and it's like, yo, you guys been telling me to do this the whole time. Now I've been doing this for 10 years. Now you're telling me to change? it's like I do have some sympathy for that for
So
sure.
where's the logic? But anyway, it's really hard to skateboard if you're drunk or on anything because you can't balance on a handrail, if you're messed up at all. But if you're doing a stupid stunt, then yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of beer muscles. But other than that, I don't do any of that anymore. Skateboarding is my medicine. They had me on 18 different medications and treatment. And they all had side effects of like fucking stiff muscles, erectile dysfunction, hair loss, suicidal tendencies. I'm like,
erectile dysfunction and hair loss and credit rent? I got the podcast for you, my guy.
I'm not taking this shit anymore. And if I didn't take it,
I
then
got
I
the
don't get the $5 million
integrations
that I get
for you.
being in a Paramount movie. But anyway, I listen to heavy metal. That usually gets me psyched to do it. But you're never safe on set because usually during a Hollywood movie and it's lunchtime, that's when you could peacefully have your lunch. Nope, not on Jackass. That's when a fucking macaroni and cheese bomb will blow up in your face or something.
Good one to start us off with. Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Name's Mike. Had a question regarding skateboarding. If there's ever been the craziest trick you can think of that you've ever done, you're most proud to accomplish.
I know the answer to this. The time I did the loop.
I would have to say doing a loop on this.
Let's go. Rick's got the knowledge. Boom. Instant.
Skateboard. It's an 18-foot
Instantly.
circle, and they built the first one in 2003.
Because that pre-watched,
with it was for Jackass, and I tried it for the first time into some pads, and then when they took the pads away, I knocked
That
myself
is
out,
crazy.
so I couldn't try that anymore.
Bam's not a vert skater. You ever seen a Bam do a big backside air? Bam is absolutely not a vert skater at all. Rick's secretly a Bam fan. Secretly, I'm openly love Bam forever. Come on. I'm still critical of him or whatever, but I absolutely love Bam. Bam was my absolute idol growing up. 100%.
A year later, I tried it again at Bob Burnquist's house and knocked myself out again. And then finally, I tried it a year after that in Phoenix, Arizona. And
Don't
I've
pump
heard
on the loop.
advice
Famous
from
Tony Hawk quote.
Everybody.
Yep, here we go.
None of it worked. And Bob Burnquist just goes, dude, it's simple. When you roll down the roll-in, don't pump it like it's a half pipe. Just let it take you where it goes. As soon as you hit the transition, lock your knees, look at 12 o'clock, and follow the stickers. Once he said that, I did it first fucking try. Hip, hip, hooray. 13th person to ever do it. Scary as hell. Never want to do it again.
He knows the list. Interesting. I seen Jeremy Green did the loop too. Was someone that I've skated with and filmed a little bit. That's so sick. I think JD could probably do it. But it's literally too dangerous though. Because it's like, you either do it and it's great, or you literally are in hospital recovering from a spinal injury.
Right on, thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Gabe, I have another skateboarding question. Is there a stunt, maybe something that Tony Hawk hasn't done that you want to do?
Is there a stunt Tony Hawk hasn't done that you want to do? I think maybe he'll say, well, back in the day, Tony Hawk and I went on a tour. He would kind of do his vert thing, and I would kind of hype up the crowd. I would do a big bum drop, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. I don't know.
Is there a trick that Tony Hawk has done that I want to do?
That he hasn't done.
Oh, that Tony Hawk hasn't done. Well, I mean, Tony Hawk, he really, his tricks are pretty much vert skating, like anything on transitions, kickflip
with the
indies,
good bedside manner
540s,
here.
stalefish like that. But when it comes to street skating like Nyjah Houston, let's say a kickflip front side, board slide on a handrail, he doesn't do that. So, I mean, there's plenty of tricks that Tony Hawk hasn't done, but I've actually looked up to Tony the most growing up as a skateboarder, and from the Pal Peralta videos, I've learned most of my bag of tricks on a half pipe because of him. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, what's your name?
Answer, but that was a good answer.
Alex,
it was kind
my
of stupid
question
question.
How do you feel about the whole amateur Jackass videos in the early 2000s?
Like other people?
Yeah.
I mean,
Old as fuck, I remember them all.
Yeah, Bam and Tony Hawk were good friends because they were both at the top, And he was in all the Tony Hawk games and everything. They're both at the top, and Tony, and they were both on audio too. So they would go on the audio trips and be together. And then Bam was on the Tony Hawk tours and
what are you
stuff too.
saying? Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked that, you know, people, I see all these YouTube clips. I mean, you watch Fail Army, you even watch Ridiculousness. Ridiculousness is just...
Who?
It's just Jackass nonstop,
Tony
and it's
Hawk 2.
always there's always gonna be
Exactly.
some idiot doing something dumb somewhere in this world. So it's a never-ending, you know, show. And hip hip hooray if you want to do it. But it's so funny how they say, "Don't send us your tapes because we won't open them and review them." Yeah, because
I
you'll
think
just
Bam
steal
was
it
an
off of
unlockable
YouTube
character
for
in
free.
3, and then 4 he
If we
was the
open it and
normal
view
character.
it, then they
I
can
think.
sue you, and then you'll actually have to pay somebody. But yeah, I mean, some people are like, "Bam, I don't get it. You push yourself into a shopping cart and go flying into that bush. I mean, why? It's just dumb." No shit, it's dumb. It's called Jackass. It's funny as fuck, and it'll never be unfunny.
Good response. That's dumb. No shit, it's dumb. It's funny as fuck. I like
But
that.
yes, there is
Correct.
no point to do that.
Did you do anything?
I mean, I wanted to bring a shopping cart here
Yeah.
and just slide. You know, have a bunch of people push me.
Yeah.
And you know, scream Jackass. But you know, I probably hurt myself.
Jackass.
You know. And last thing,
Jackass.
I'm Johnny Nexo.
Me as a kid, I was
Welcome
so
to
hyped.
Jackass.
I was like, let's do crazy shit.
Right, brother.
Big influence.
Hey, what's your name?
Mikey.
What you got?
Viva La Bam.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where can I find it? When are you putting it on Netflix? Like, what's the deal?
I don't know. I mean, it's owned by MTV, so I don't. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know that you could get it on DVD, but it's not on Netflix. I don't know why. You know what? It
That's a
could
good
have
point.
something to do with before Don Vito, my uncle, passed away. He landed in Denver, Colorado to do a signing at a mall, and they took him to a strip club beforehand and got him shit-faced. So when he's doing the signing, is what he does is if you're a guy, he'll fake choke you, and if you're a girl, he'll fake touch your boob. So he touches... He goes like this to a 15-year-old, taps it, they take the photo, sexual harassment charge. So it could be that of why they
Damn.
won't put Viva La Bam back on because of the I know.
Bam said that that like case. I mean, this is just Bam's retelling or whatever. And it seemed like this Don Vito guy, he's just random idiot dude. I don't think he's like trying to molest people or whatever. But the people were really like suing him and like really going after a lot of money for him because Viva La Bam has a lot of money. And then I think Bam said the stress of it like really destroyed his mental state, and then it basically led to him having a heart attack, and he died like soon after.
It's like if he was taking
Pretty
a girl
sad.
up to his hotel room and did something. Yeah, but you're at a mall signing. There's a line out the door, and you go like that because you're wasted because the promoter took you to a fucking titty bar. Come on.
He was always drunk.
Physical media.
Wasn't he an accountant?
That's why you don't throw away your
They always
DVDs,
made fun of him
don't throw
because
away
he
your
got
Blu-rays.
angry and he like blurred
Put
his
them in a
words.
box and save them for a rainy millennium.
But I must say, I don't even think to this day MTV had the budget that we had at the time. We had $300,000 a week for 65 weeks to spend on blowing shit up, fixing it, flying people in,
That's
flying
crazy.
people out. So I would come up with these bonkers ideas like, let's get a fucking elephant from Connecticut for $13,000. Then we'll build a moat
300
and a
is a
drawbridge
lot
on my
to
house,
spend
put some
every
piranhas in
week.
there, and then I'll
You
drive
like
my
literally
Hummer off a
run out of
600-foot
ideas
quarry
first.
cliff, and they'd be
OG
like,
Mr.
boom,
Beast,
approved.
yeah,
I'm like,
for real though.
fuck.
Viva La Bam was legitimately like influencer vibes, kind of like unlimited money influencer vibe. What crazy shit can I do to my house this time?
Paint the entire kitchen blue. We had a team
And he has
of 40
recurring
people
characters
painting
and everything?
everything all night, from the apples and oranges to the
Instead of
forks and
helping people, he
knives.
just
My
wasted
mom still
resources.
finds blue shit under the cabinets 20 years later.
Yeah, I mean, if Bam was just giving away $100,000 to
brother.
people,
Good
I don't
question.
think it would have had the success he
Hi,
had.
what's your name?
Howdy. I am curious about your favorite memories when you look back on the last 20 years. You know, I'm sure there's a few highlights.
can I
so
get this?
if you don't mind giving us a couple.
I think it would just be some random story of him and Ryan Dunn doing something dumb or
I would
whatever.
say, you know, when you're in it, you're hating it, but what, like, okay, I got stuck on a cherry picker with Ryan Dunn for like 7 fucking hours. Like, up there, the key, Rab took it away, and we were just stuck up there for. to the point where like we were like losing our minds and we started laughing hysterically for no reason, like just staring at each other like but like at the time it's like, get me off this fucking chair. But now that I think about it, that was a great fucking time. You're up there with your best friend trying to figure out what to do. You got 7 hours.
Sad,
you don't
man.
have your phone, you don't have anything.
R.I.P. Ryan Dunn.
You, yourself, and I waiting for a fucking locksmith to come, hopefully. And turns out that there was a button up there anyway that could have got us down had we didn't know about it. But doing that is something that when you're in it, you're like, fuck this, get me down. But when it happens, it's like, dude, we spent 7 hours together on a cherry picker, probably 3 feet by 5 feet, for 7 hours, just went up there, nothing to do. What a great time it was now that I think back on it.
Did I know Novak was a skater? No. I only really knew Novak from Viva La Bam, and in Viva La Bam era, he was barely a skater, right? He would just do occasionally random stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
The Jackass and CKY videos and all that, I feel like you and Ryan probably spent plenty of time together making jokes as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, is why it's so unique is because I already knew that I wanted to be a professional skateboarder. The minute I got a skateboard, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Hands down. I would skate before school, after school, all day, every day. I would draw skate ramps in school. The only thing I paid attention to was like science, and I hated math. But when I was in school, there's Chris Rabb, there's Ryan Dunn, there's Brandon DiCamello, there's Ray Keon, there's my brother, and they all are like hilarious or talented in whether it's music or just being funny, but none of them could really skateboard. So I'm like, I have to figure out a way to fit in like funny skits and stunts with professional skateboarding.
It's so sick that he literally like cultivated
and actually,
it all.
the first time I played it to somebody who wasn't a skateboarder, and my uncles were like auto mechanics, and they were walking by sipping on a beer, laughing their ass off to this. I'm like, wow, I was planning on making this for skateboarders only, but if other people besides skateboarders love this, then we got a real, something special on our hands.
Do you have a favorite memory of watching his stuff?
It's so hard to pick. That's why I said, give us a couple, because in my head...
I hate when someone says, what's the best trick you ever done? What's your favorite thing ever? People would often ask, what's your favorite Braille video ever? It's like, it's hard to just pick one thing. And it's funny because she asked that question, then he asks her, and she doesn't even know, Like
that lift with Ryan was infamous, and the moment you guys realized that the key wasn't necessary to come down, and just the laughter, the look on your faces, it's hard looking back sometimes at that stuff, because I felt like Ryan was one of my friends. I never met him,
we would look
but
with painted
the way
nails
you
now,
showed your friendships off with
before,
all these different people, Deco, Rab, all of them, it was hard for me when Viva La Bam ended, because I'm like, where am I going to see my friends? I don't know them. I can't call them up. So it's hard, It was a period of time that will never be forgotten for so many people. And thank you for capturing it and sharing it with the rest of us, because that laughter was so important to so many of us.
Thank you. Yeah, and then
thank you.
Thanks. And I must say, you hear Motley Crue, those guys were gnarly. Ozzy Osbourne bit off the head of a bat and he peed on the Alamo. I'm like, my drummer Rubbish Heap came on the fucking Alamo naked. If you want to know gnarly, it's Fuckface Unstoppable tour. We had 8 rooms that we had to rent on each night, and you can't smoke in the rooms, but all 8 of us did, which is a $500 charge every single night, which costed me more. It wasn't even worth touring anymore, but oh my God. I can't even fathom half the shit that went down. One time we had an Airbnb it was called The Entrance in Australia. It was this beach, and we had the top balcony, and we had all 8 band members in there and only 1 bathroom. So Novak is all drunk and on heroin, and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to shit off the balcony. I can't wait any longer. We didn't know that 3 stories down was a nice couple having a anniversary dinner with a candlelit steak and all that shit, and his shit crystals laying right on their meal. They pounded down the door ready to fuck us all up.
Oh,
things like this.
Gosh. That's insane.
Hey, what's your name?
Justin. I was just wondering, like you were just saying, like about gnarly, like of all the Jackass stunts, like who do you think did the most gnarly stuff? Like who would you consider the most like badass almost?
So I feel like I think old Bam might have said, Bam's pretty honest though. I think Bam's quite honest and like wears his heart on his sleeve. I was gonna think he was gonna say Knoxville. Like that's what I think. But then, you know, they have a lot of beef and shit now. But I feel like he might still say Knoxville. I don't think he'll say Steve-O. I feel like he's going to say Knoxville. But who else could it be? Maybe he'll say one of his more niche friends, like Rab himself or something. Or like the one guy that always got the shit jobs, Danger Aaron. But I think he's going to say Knoxville.
I mean, everybody had their own little braveness, I would say. You know, like Steve-O would have no problem swallowing a goldfish or putting a leech on his eye, which is something that I wouldn't want to do. Don't really like getting trampled by bulls because you can't predict a hoof landing on your face and killing you. I like to do stunts, you know, like if I drop in on a gnarly ramp into a brick wall, I could learn how to fall and make it look funny. You know, that's something that you could control. So, you know, when it ever came down, that's why I don't like snakes, especially when you're on the Jackass set. You're always on edge because you're constantly just, when are they going to do something, you know? So if I would have known that I was going to get sabotaged and fall into a pit of 100 snakes, I would have been on the first plane out of there. But when it happened and it was over with and we got the bit,
Has he forgot the question?
and then I see it on the big screen and everybody's laughing their ass off, you know, I'm glad that it happened, but if I would have known that it was happening, I would have
Did he forget?
been on the first plane out of there.
Good one. Thank you.
I mean, I guess he unofficially said Steve-O in Knoxville. I went to an engagement party in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan with the same story. Groom got drunk and didn't want to pee, and he peed off his second floor pool into the couple having dinner below at the restaurant. That's insane. But number one versus number two, I feel like big difference. He's had beef with everyone when they were trying to help him get clean. Yeah, I do agree. No answer. I mean, he said bulls.
Hi, what's your name?
I feel like.
Alex.
Hi.
Hi. When I met you earlier, I mentioned that I was a tattoo artist, so I was just curious, do you have any favorite tattoos?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first one that
straight to
comes in
jail.
handy, I was in treatment in Boca Raton, Florida. Then sometimes on Fridays or Saturdays they take you to the movies or bowling. So there's 20 of us sitting down. I'm like, where's the soda and popcorn? They're like, oh, it's not in our budget. I'm like, we all pay $1,300 a night, and what do you mean it's not in the budget? And all of our money and credit cards are locked up in the locker room. So I come out with.
See, like, that's why I like Bam. He has all these problems, right? But he's still pretty authentic. And, like, rehab is so expensive. What do you mean popcorn is not in the budget? I mean, like, that's a super valid thing to say.
All this popcorn and soda for everyone. Like, here you go, here you go, here you go. How the fuck did you get that? I'm like, credit card tattooed right here. MC for MasterCard, 916 is the back of the code, 12/23 expiration date. Fuck you. So that comes in really handy. Other than that, I got another
But
credit
doesn't he have to
card
change
by
that?
Priscilla Presley's son, Navarone, and well, that's now expired. But
That's so
it
funny.
says there's 11485. If you
No
delete
one
the
can
one, that-
confiscate
the
his
one,
credit
that's the real
card, I
number, so you
guess.
can Photoshop it and never figure it out. So yeah, all these codes, and I got Brad on my pit. Because when I filmed with Brad Pitt, I was like, I gotta pay you some respect, so I'm gonna get Brad on my fucking armpit. He's like, you're crazy.
Oh, very nice. Are you set up downstairs?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
What's your group called again?
Nameless Inc.
Nameless Inc. All right. Nameless Inc. Check her out. Got good stuff.
Yeah, I hope I could visit you tomorrow if I have time to get something done. I'm due for one. Yeah.
Hey, what's your name?
Andrew.
What you got, Andrew?
I just wanted to say thank you for promoting and doing videos for all the best bands.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Not a question.
I owe my love of Scandinavian rock to you.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Yeah, I was really passionate with Viva La Bam. Like, when it comes to skateboarding and music, it goes hand in hand. It's a 50-50 thing. If the music sucks, your video part's gonna suck. It's just that
Yeah, it's
simple.
true.
And you know, I was always looking for. I would go into the record store, and I'm not kidding. I would just pick up the CD. They say never judge a book by its cover. Well, I judge a CD by its cover big time. I'd be like, yup, I'm buying it. Yup, I'm buying it. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm buying it. I would put it in, play the first song. If the quality sucks or the voice sucked, I would just throw it right out the fucking window. But that's at the time how I would find good bands. I would just
that's
buy
crazy.
Shit at the CD
that's
store.
insane.
And most of the time I would throw it out the window on the first song. But, occasionally... I would
see what I mean. Bam was
really
dedicated. Bam was. I think it's a little underrated how dedicated to the craft Bam was, and he really did pioneer the genre. People maybe just think of him as lucky idiot fell into good situation. Maybe now looking back, they just go, "Oh, random guy is just famous for being idiot." Haha, stupid. But he really did kind of pioneer. He was definitely pioneering the genre.
And then you'll find all kinds of shit. But yeah, music is everything to me.
A favorite video that you filmed?
What's his favorite video? Well, he's probably not going to say CKY. He's probably not going to say Jackass. Maybe he'll say Jackass Season 1.
I could tell you this. My favorite band right now is a band from Puerto Rico called Amor ad Lunam. It means to love a woman in Latin or something, but it's total goth rock like him, but more 69 eyes going on, and it's just right up my alley. I actually just did 3 tracks with them now, and I'm flying back to Puerto Rico to do 2 more songs with them. But yeah, Amor ad Lunam. Everybody should check that out.
Right on. Thank you.
Didn't answer.
All right. Any other takers? Going what? You're holding your hat. I'll come. We'll do it Donahue style. If you're old enough to get the reference, God bless you. All right. What you got this time?
I'm going to just ask a general question. How have you been?
I've been real good. Danny and I have 3 dogs. We have a third one we just rescued from the Sarasota hurricane, and he's a little pup. And we have an Airbnb in Florida right now.
Yeah, Bam was the link
our
between
watching them,
skating
so
to
as
mainstream.
Soon as we're done with the whole 100%. Thing, we're heading back that
Bam
way.
And Tony were kind of in the same league, pushing it from different angles.
Structure is something I didn't have before. I would fucking be up all night, whether if I'm drinking or painting or reading or watching a movie. I never had a bedtime, never had a 9 to 5. I never had to be on time for anywhere. So I would be up for 3 days at times and then sleep for 2. And Danny has completely taught me structure. You have to go to bed at a certain hour. You have to wake up at a certain hour with a structured schedule. Walk the dogs, stretch for an hour, look for a skate spot, find it, get a skate trick, have lunch. And now that I have a structured schedule, I look very forward to what's going to happen the next day, because there's been a lot of times I would wake up bored as shit, and boredom is my trigger, and I'd look across the street, see an Irish pub, and I'd say, that looks like fucking fun, and I would do it all day, and all bets would be off.
Yeah, he's pretty honest.
Like,
that's how I feel for him.
Gym today at 12, dude. I'm already at the pub.
But it is a little bit sad, because the reason he's bored now is because all the super fun stuff that he used to do doesn't really exist anymore. So it's now damn, you could see how you get bored, and then I don't know, just want to do random stuff.
Fuck right off, not going nowhere. And I would just sit there and crack jokes. Do I regret it? I don't know. But, I thought I had a good time, but
what is he supposed to do?
No more of that shit. I need to stay out of the bar and into the bush.
See, I feel like Bam could honestly have a good podcast, almost like Theo Von style. But I feel like he would need a co-host, good podcasting co-host, where Bam can derail it and do random stuff, and then the co-host brings it back. If they have a guest, Bam starts telling crazy funny stories. The good podcasting co-host brings it back. I feel like that could be good. But Bam doesn't need to worry about career or money or stuff. I guess he just needs to worry about his health right now.
That's about as good. I'll tell you what, I'll do one more if someone throws something out. If not, all right, what you got? Just shout out.
All right, real quick. How was it doing Tony Hawk Underground 2?
Well,
he said, what was it like doing Tony Hawk's Underground 2?
It's pretty crazy, because I went in, spent all day. They put you in this spandex outfit, and they put all these balls on you, little fucking little dots, and they made me do as many skate tricks as I could on a mini ramp and on flat ground, and they had like the Matrix, all them fucking camera angles, like hundreds of cameras, so they could get a full 360 of the whole thing. So that's how they get your style in the video game, you know?
Did you ever improvise any lines that they gave you?
He said, did you ever improvise any lines?
Yeah, they had a general thing of what we wanted to say, and of course, if they wanted me to say, you know, that thing is nasty, you know, I'd be like, that thing is minging, you know, I just make up my own words. But yeah, that I could tell you that video game has probably, you know, if you want to be a professional skateboarder and you're doing it to be a millionaire, it probably ain't going to happen, you know, but that video game made a lot of skaters millionaires thanks to Tony Hawk. I mean, he bought me a red fucking Ferrari when I was 16 from it, and, you know, just from that video game, because whether it's your kid or your grandpop, somebody's playing that thing and loving it. Like, that's the most sold game on PlayStation, I believe.
Yeah, I think that is right. Tony Hawk's 2 was the most sold, I think is what we learned from the Balloon stream.
That last thing, do you ever plan on being in another video game?
He says, do you plan on being in another video game? Not a very good question, because it's obviously not up to him.
Yes. She's manifested it, but yeah,
she has spoken.
I don't see why not. It was fun to do, and but yeah, I had to get rid of my Tony Hawk game because I was missing fucking flights over it, and my mom was I was living at my mom's house. She's like, this is like the 6th flight you've missed in a month from that damn video game. I'm like, but I'm gonna win, you know. And I'm like, get this thing away from me, it's ruining my life, I'm having too much fun on it. When I was flicking channels watching Intervention, it's usually about like heroin addicts and drunks and meth heads. No, they had an intervention on a kid who wouldn't stop playing video games. I'm like, I fucking get it. He needs to be intervened. Over a video game? Hell yeah.
Nah, Bam seems like he's doing good. I think he just needs to skate more.
That'll do it. All right, I'll give you this. Okay, all right, wait, but what?
Is there anywhere that you can play? I don't have a PlayStation 2 anymore. Well, what do you mean anywhere we play?
I got no idea what she said. Something about brands?
It depends on how you go about it. You either get it emulated on your computer, or just, I work at a retro video game store. We sell retro video games all the time.
Do you have the Tony Hawk game? Because I need to get one for my son Phoenix. I found out he had a PlayStation 2 and that's all he plays. I'm like, have you heard of the Tony Hawk game? He's like, no. I'm like, motherfucker.
Okay, so talk to him after that. Okay, one final question for me. You want to take a picture with this amazing audience?
Big time.
All right, everybody, here's what we'll do. We'll do a stage selfie. Invite everybody to come towards the stage. No.
He didn't even talk about tattoos at all, really. I guess he talked about the credit card. Should we see this amazing photo go down?
Hey, man, turn around. Yeah, face this way. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. All right, everybody, crown on in.
A lot of colored hair.
Yeah. I'll get a copy of this one. Yeah. All right, everybody on the side, squeeze on in. I'll move back a little bit. You don't want to join me? What's that? I'll jump in a second. All right, let's go, everybody. All right, big smile. Count 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, you get
one more time. 1, 2,
Not
3.
a big crowd. Yeah, I mean, it did feel kind of intimate.
This is how I get paid. All right, big smile. 1, 2, 3. All right, okay. We'll be back and see a little bit. Got a long list up there. Check it out there. Hey, take all those quick pictures.
Good news, everyone.
Whoa. Yeah, that was interesting. That was cool. I mean, I wonder how much they paid Bam to do that. He was, like I said, he's like the headliner of this random New York blood and ink tattoo horror convention. Book a booth? Okay, I can book a booth for $50 to $600. Nice. Alright, but yeah, I think that is going to be the end.